Greetings everyone, and welcome to the next installation of American McGee's.
Time to jump in, time to jump through time. I'm dizzy.
Oh, he's not kidding. This is the last of the gimmick levels, but boy is this one awesome. It's short and sweet, and has easily the best platforming in the game. This stuff is genius. Basically everything you look at in the room, you're going to be interacting with in some way, or jumping on, or whatever. Oop. Gotta watch out for that. Ah. There we go. Room 1 clear. I think there's 3 rooms. Ooh. Just look at this room. Look at how elaborate this is. Is that the coolest thing you've ever seen, or what? Oop. Okay, I want to stand here. Ugh. How awesome is this? Seriously. Oop. I'll come back to that. And away we go. I think now's a good time to save, don't you? Alright. Now where was I going with this? Up. Up to where? Aha! Look at that. I go from in the cage to on top of it. How cool is this level? Onto a gear. No! Yep. That's the cool thing. The game is forgiving enough because it realizes the platforming is so hard that it'll actually just respawn you at the opening of the room. The thing is, I got this far. It's worth reloading just to save the time of getting all the way back up here. As cool as that was, sorry game, but I've got places to be. Like beating the crap out of the Red Queen, which is more of an action than a place. Tell you what, because I apparently suck at that jump so much, I'm gonna save when I get to it, to save further time. Oh, Cage, why are you so cruel to me? There. It was only a couple seconds, but it adds up if I keep screwing up over and over, right? That should do it. Yes. Go! Alright, 3rd room now? Ah, this thing, okay. Now that I'm on that, I wait for that buzzsaw looking thing you might not have noticed to come back. Also, look at how elaborate that is. Look at all this. You'll hear what that clanking is, or you'll see where that clanking sound is coming from in just a moment. Check this out now. I can't stand on the gear because I'll spin. Oop, or that. But I can stand on this. Run all the way up to the other side. How brilliant is this level? And now I simply ride the thing up, save before I get there. Wait for this to be nice and high. Oh no! A little too high. So, make this nice and high. Jump! Now, where was I going? Okay, up another one of these. Save in case I screw it up. Make this nice and high. Now I can jump up there. Go! Now, where am I riding this to? Anywhere, or do I just jump on that? Alright, I'll just jump on the gear, fine. So I go over here. Where do I go from here? There! I'm actually kind of surprised I pulled that off. Here's the cool part now. The clanking is those forks. See, as the teeth of the gear turn, the forks drop to the next set. What I'm going to do is make use of those forks. Wait for them to fall around me. Bingo, step on the forks. How awesome is this level? It was short, but boy was it sweet. Although, things are about to get a lot more heated. And now we're in Queensland. See that in the background? Here it comes. This is the boss fight that I was telling you about. But who could it be, I wonder? Well, you're about to find out. Oh yeah, the Griffin and the Jabberwock are about to have a showdown. Ooh. Okay, they both got a head off. Ooh. I find that little gradient a little bit silly, but score one more for the Jabberwock. Ooh. That's bad. That's bad. Oh, that's worse. I'm in trouble.
How typical. How foolish you were to think you could overcome your guilt.
"'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momrath outgrave. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jubjub bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch. He took his vorpal sword in hands, long time the manxome foe he sought. So rested he by the Tumtum tree, and stood awhile in thought. And, as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling through the tulgey wood, and burbled as it came. 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. O frabjous day! Callooh, Calais! He chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the momraths outgrabe. And thus ends the Jabberwock.
You've destroyed her guardian, Alice, and avenged my death. Enter the ultimate battle.
Must I fight on? Can't the Red Queen be persuaded to surrender?
True words and logic rarely defeat evil intent. She is still strong, and so many have been harmed. They want revenge, which we call justice. She made this world, and she must pay. You must lead our forces against her.
I'm not sure I know how to lead.
Do your best, Alice. You can only do your best. You can always do best.
Wow, that is grim. Alright, that's it. The Red Queen has officially pissed me off. And no, just dropping the gates and letting me waltz right in is not going to appease me. I am going to make a killing.
Without Griffin, our forces are leaderless, and a battle has begun. Deliver us from this evil, or let us perish.
No, you better believe I'm gonna deliver us from evil. That queen is gonna die. Ooh. Okay. I'll take it. Before I enter the castle, I would like to... Oh, just a diamond guard, too. Now, before I enter the castle, I would like to show you some interesting things about this layout. First of all, the big giant heart. Come on. Flanked by 2 hearts. Other hearts. Also, tentacles seem to be actually the columns for the gateway here. In a previous video, someone asked me where the tentacles come from. I could answer that, but I won't, because it'll become readily apparent at the end of the game. Also, look at these bricks. They're all kind of fleshy. It looks like something out of Eternal Darkness. Here's what I really want you to see. Number 1, they're all like blood and guts and stuff. You can see a little, almost intestinal looking thing where my cursor's pointing, if you can see it. Not really. It doesn't really show on the wall so well. There we go. There's a better cursor. Now, also, look at that skull right where my cursor is. Look at that. That is messed up. And this, the screaming face. With a... I don't know if it's a coincidence, but the tongue almost looks like a heart too. That is just so disturbing. I can't even get over it. But that's okay. I've handled worse. Even if the floor is craggy with lava. Alright, at this point I guess magma. This queen is gonna go down hard. After the table I'm about to show you? Well, we'll see. We'll get to the table in just a second. Moving onward. Well, we have done what was earlier referred to as utterly impossible. After getting through machinations, we managed to kill the Jabberwock. We can only imagine what's going to happen once I enter Queensland, the Red Queen's kingdom. Well, I guess we'll have to just find out in the next video, won't we? After the table I present to you, I'll see you next time, everyone. To put things into perspective, I created a couple of tables to determine who was still remaining in the armies of the good and the armies of evil. Let's get started. Needless to say, Alice is alive. I'm playing as her. The White Rabbit? Sorry, but he was killed by the Mad Hatter. The doomed villagers? Well, we never see them again, and they're certainly not going to help us in the army, so let's call them MIA. Mock Turtle? Missing in action. We never come back to help us again. Bill McGill? He's with the turtle. Caterpillar? He doesn't help us in the army, although he does give advice, so let's call him MIA. White chess pieces? The last time we saw any of those, the White Queen was attacking some red pieces. We don't know what's become of them, and they don't come to help us. Let's say that's MIA. The March Hare and the Dormouse? As far as I'm aware, they're still being tortured on those tables of theirs in the Mad Hatter's place, so let's call them MIA. The Griffin? Killed by the Jabberwock. And the Cheshire Cat I was hesitant to put on the list because he almost seems like an extension of Alice's conscience. But then again, everything in her Wonderland is in her mind anyway, so sure, he's alive and well, right? There we go. Now the Red Queen's army. The Duchess. I killed her early on. The Mad Hatter. I killed him in his clockwork levels. The Centipede. Killed him when I was tiny. Red chess pieces. Well, I killed their king, but I don't know what's become of them, so let's call them MIA. Tweedledee and Tweedledum, I've killed them. The Jabberwock, took care of him just now. The Red Queen, oh, she's very much alive. So, sorry about the table there. I thought I had aligned that better, but no matter. Now, to put things into further perspective, what does this all amount to as I'm approaching the Red Queen's domain? Who's still with us? Of course. Yeah-huh. That's right. It's you and me, Red Queen.